Now, how to attract the global scientific talents needed for a modern high-tech economy. It was a major concern for businesses before Brexit, and it's now more important than ever. Well, the government says that it is proving that we're open for business by launching a new fast-track visa for scientists, mathematicians and researchers. There'll be no cap on the amount of qualified people that can come, and the visa will begin on February the 20th. Well, with me now is Andrew Teacher. He's spokesperson for Cambridge-based property consultancy Bidwells. Andrew, welcome to you. So you must be delighted at this new visa scheme.
Well, I think it's the right direction of travel, and it comes a week after we published a report with Perkins and Will and Blackstock called the Radical Regeneration Manifesto, and that was all focused on taking radical steps to help us create investment largely around the Cambridge-Oxford arc or Cam-Cox corridor, whatever you want to call it. And clearly, post-Brexit, we're focused very much on supporting the knowledge industry. So it's a welcome direction of travel, but we think this needs to go much further. There's got to be a commitment around graduates because we need people coming in at both ends of the pipe. You've got to have people coming out of university that want to stay in this country. Otherwise, we're not going to have the investment going in, whether it's to labs, whether it's from pharmaceuticals or tech, or anything really that we're looking to create in this country.
But you don't want to have blanket open-door policy to all graduates. I mean, that's landed us in all sorts of problems in the past, hasn't it? Not least with potentially terrorists overstaying on graduate visas.
Well, I think that's a bit of a long way from that. I think most people in the pharmaceutical world, in tech, or indeed in construction, would say that supply of labour and supply of skills are absolutely paramount if we're going to make a success of the post-Brexit landscape. And I certainly think that our recommendation around having a fast-track visa system for graduates for any business that's submitted and successfully submitted a patent in the last year would go a long way to adding that certainty, because right now people are scared. People are very fearful of what comes next, and it's very welcome that the Prime Minister has made this announcement today. But if these plans are going to be taken in the positive light, there's got to be a lot more detail. So this place strategy that they've talked today, the government's talked today of announcing in the summer, that's really going to have a lot more meat on the bones. It's got to have some substance in it. Otherwise, we're not going to see the investment we've seen across cities like Cambridge and Oxford, and that investment isn't going to come through. And that ultimately means that the benefits to the rest of the country, to the north, aren't going to happen.
I hear what you're saying, but I mean, effectively giving tech companies the right to fast-track visa applications for graduates through. I mean, if you do that for tech firms, then surely every other sector of the economy is going to demand similar powers. I mean, a company like British BAE Systems or Rolls-Royce, any of the big manufacturing employers are almost certainly going to want those sort of powers too.
And they should have them. And frankly, I mean, tech is a broad church. And I think what we would say is that anybody that's looking for graduates in any of the STEM industries should be granted that freedom, because without that, where are we going to go? And it's interesting, the lady you had on just earlier with the 3D printing machine, she obviously isn't from England, America.
It hasn't come on yet, but go on.
Sorry, I'm talking straight in your room. But she's obviously come through the academic system. Great example of someone that we want to have in this country, creating fantastic jobs and outside of London as well, which is something the government's obviously prioritising. But without a visa system that works, the investment isn't going to happen. And that then sits alongside all of the other infrastructure questions that we're having.
OK, Andy Teacher, you've got to leave it there. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you.